Hello, my name is Jolwe and welcome to my channel. Every 2 weeks I post a video of lingerie that I make for my sketchbook, and my Instagram followers vote on what I should make that week. With that said, this week I'll be making another AFI Exquisite Bra and Panties set, but we're heading over to the dark side. This week I'm going to be working with latex. This is a fabric that I've never worked with before, but I know certainly that I can't pin it when I'm working. So I don't have clips. I'm just going to have to freehand this whole thing as I do the sewing. And I don't think it'll be difficult because it's not so slippery when battered together. I think it's going to go just fine. And the fact that it's plush on the inside means it's going to be very comfortable when I put it on, so I'm not going to be using any lining. It's pretty stretchy in one direction, but not so stretchy in the other, and that's another reason that I'm not going to be using any lining when making this. So the latex is going to go on the cups, except for the inner cup piece where I'm going to have part of it in latex and the other part just sheer cup lining. And the panties will have the latex fabric in the center and in the back, but I'm not going to have it on the sides. This is just power mesh, not to mistake it with power net. Power mesh is a little bit more translucent, and that's the effect that I want. For these parts I'll be using fold over elastic, and for this part too. And for the top I'll use band elastic, which is the same band elastic that I'm going to be using for these parts. I didn't want to use latex because I want it to be very comfortable and stretchy enough so that they can be easy movement when worn. These are the two types of power mesh that I'm going to be using. This one is very stretchy and very soft and is highly suitable for making underwear. So I'm going to be putting it on these parts of the panty. This one is stronger than the other one, and it's highly suitable for using on the back bands of bras. And I have it in my store, so if you'd like to check it out, I'll put a link in the description below. This is the progress so far with the panty piece. I'm not sure I like the 3-step zigzag that I used here, but there's nothing I can do about it right now, because if I take the stitch apart, it's going to leave behind holes. But I feel like I should have used a straight stitch, and I really don't feel like cutting new panty pieces, so I'm just going to go along with what I have now. I also did a zigzag stitch to attach the cotton gusset piece to the outer piece, so that when I'm attaching the fold over elastic, there won't be pieces of fabric left behind. So the next step now will be to put the fold over elastic here, there, there and there, and also put the band pieces and attach these as well, and the panty pieces will be complete. So this piece is going to attach here, and the fold over elastic will come all the way from there to here to the back piece to close the raw edges, and the other fold over elastic is coming here all the way to the other side, and then the last thing will be to put the band elastic. When I was trying to sew the panty pieces together, I struggled with the lack of pinning. Like I said earlier on, I can't pin the pieces because it's going to leave holes, and I don't have clips for this. So I came up with a simple solution of double-sided tape, washable double-sided tape. I'm not really going to be washing this piece that much because it's latex. So this is going to be absolutely fine. So what I just do is stick the tape, take the top piece out, make sure the notches align. I made very small notches, so, and tape it to the other piece just like that. Oops, this one doesn't align. so I can easily move it around and it will still stick just like that. So now that these two pieces are attached without pinning, I can take it to the sewing machine and sew it across there. The band pieces and the cup pieces have been completely assembled. I used a 3-step zigzag stitch to top stitch everything because this is the stitch that I used on the underwear and I wanted a cohesive look, so I went ahead and did that. It looks pretty good with this fabric. And instead of latex over here in the frame pieces, I used sheer cup lining because there was just too much latex on the bra and I think it looks better like this. The next step now would be to sew in the cups and put in the findings and the bra will be complete. The panty piece pretty much turned out like the sketch. We have the power mesh here for the peekaboo effect and whatever these things are called turned out pretty good as well. So in the beginning I thought I would leave the back straight, but I ended up cutting it out like the front. I used the same method to cut out a piece from the back so that it aligns with the front piece. It looks pretty good. I'm not disappointed at all. I actually love how everything turned out. The bra is also finally complete and I'm happy to say that it came out exactly like the sketch. I didn't really change much on the bra except for the cup lining frame instead of having latex, and because of that it really feels comfortable when I put it on and I love that. So this is what I had and this is what we got. I'll show it to you on the mannequin in a little bit so that you can really appreciate how it looks like. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty neat with the 3-step zigzag stitch, and because of that stitch the seams are very flat, and of course we don't forget to add our label. And yeah, that's that. Nothing much to say about the outcome except that I really love it. You can't tell, but I'm pretty excited. If you see any bumps in the cups, that's because I put some padding to fill out some spaces. The cups are slightly bigger than the size of the mannequin, but that aside, I really love how this came out. I'm pretty excited with how it looks. This is what I had imagined and this is exactly what it is, so I'm really excited about that. Latex isn't that difficult to work with. You definitely need the clips or double-sided tape. I'd say get the clips because the double-sided tape takes a lot of time. I really wasted a lot of time just trying to stick pieces of fabric together as I was trying to sew. One other problem I faced is that as the day got hotter, the latex started sticking to the base of the sewing machine as I was sewing, and that became a little bit inconveniencing, but it wasn't that much of a problem. All you need is just a little bit of patience so that you don't tear the latex and there's no room for mistakes. Like I mentioned earlier on, if you make a mistake, you're better off just cutting new fabric pieces and starting all over again, because you weaken the fabric by unstitching it. It leaves behind holes, and as you stretch it while putting it on, you're really weakening the fabric, and I don't think it will last long. So this is another win for my imagination nation. Something that I just had on paper has now come to materialize, and that makes me very happy, especially with the fact that it came out exactly like how I wanted it to. The point of this series is to challenge myself into doing things that I've never done before, and thank you guys for voting on Instagram on what I should make every week, and it makes it a little bit more fun to know that people are interested in what you're trying to do. Thank you for watching, and as usual, the pictures are going to be posted on my Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And if you haven't yet done so, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Everything I use is listed in the description box below, and all the details about the alterations I've made to the pattern are going to be put on my blog, and I'll put the link in the description as well. See you next time and have a beautiful day.